The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest is a transformative guide that explores how self-sabotage hinders personal growth and fulfillment. Through deep introspection and practical advice, it teaches readers to confront their internal challenges, heal emotional wounds, and harness their potential to achieve self-mastery, turning obstacles into stepping stones for success. Let's start with Chapter 1, Self-Sabotage, the Enemy Within. Self-sabotage is a pattern of behavior where individuals act against their own best interests, often unknowingly. It manifests in ways such as procrastination, fear of failure, perfectionism, or neglecting opportunities for growth. These behaviors are not random. They are deeply rooted in unresolved emotional issues or subconscious fears that aim to keep a person within a perceived comfort zone. The process begins with understanding that self-sabotage is not an act of laziness or carelessness but a survival mechanism. People engage in it to protect themselves from perceived threats, even if those threats are no longer relevant. For example, someone might avoid pursuing a new job opportunity because past rejections have conditioned them to fear failure. The mind associates stepping into the unknown with danger, prompting actions or thoughts that sabotage progress. To address this, it's essential to recognize the triggers that lead to self-sabotaging actions. Triggers are often tied to feelings of unworthiness, fear of change, or a deep-seated belief that success will bring challenges one is not ready to face. For instance, a person who grew up in an environment where their achievements were dismissed might struggle with self-doubt in adulthood, believing their efforts are futile. One of the key lessons involves acknowledging the role of the subconscious mind. Most self-sabotaging behaviors stem from unresolved patterns in the subconscious that are attempting to protect, even if the outcomes are counterproductive. Instead of fighting these patterns, it's important to address them with understanding. By identifying the emotions and beliefs driving such actions, one can start to shift their behavior. A significant insight is the realization that self-sabotage often masks itself as something logical. Excuses like, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'm not ready yet," appear reasonable but are often mechanisms to avoid discomfort. Recognizing this requires brutal honesty and a willingness to face the truth about why certain decisions are being delayed or avoided. Another crucial aspect is learning to reframe failure. Fear of failure is a significant driver of self-sabotage, but failure itself is not the enemy. It is a stepping stone to success, providing valuable lessons and insights. Accepting this mindset encourages individuals to take risks without being paralyzed by the possibility of setbacks. Understanding the concept of resistance is also essential. Resistance occurs when the mind tries to maintain the status quo, even if it's not beneficial. This resistance often appears as negative self-talk, overthinking, or irrational fears. Overcoming resistance requires taking small, consistent actions toward goals, even when they feel uncomfortable or intimidating. Breaking free from self-sabotage involves developing new habits and creating an environment that supports growth. This might mean surrounding oneself with supportive people, setting realistic and measurable goals, and practicing self-compassion. It's not about perfection but progress. Each small step reinforces the belief that positive change is possible. Finally, self-sabotage is an opportunity for deeper self-awareness. By understanding why these behaviors arise and what they signify, individuals can not only overcome them, but also unlock new levels of potential and clarity. This transformation begins with the commitment to confront discomfort and embrace the journey towards self-mastery. Chapter 2, The Origins of Self-Sabotage. Self-sabotage often originates from deep-seated patterns and experiences that shape the way individuals perceive themselves and the world around them. One key lesson is that self-sabotage stems from unmet emotional needs during earlier stages of life. These unmet needs create a subconscious pattern of seeking comfort in behaviors or thoughts that feel familiar, even if they are not beneficial. For instance, a person who grew up feeling unworthy of love may unconsciously push others away to avoid the pain of potential rejection, even though they deeply desire connection. Another significant insight is that self-sabotage can be traced back to a fear of change. Change, even positive change, can be unsettling because it requires stepping into the unknown. The mind often interprets the unknown as a threat, prompting behaviors that keep a person in a state of familiarity. This creates a cycle where progress is avoided, not because of a lack of ability, but because of a need to maintain a sense of safety in what is already known. It is also explained that self-sabotage is often linked to unresolved emotional pain. When people experience hurt or trauma, their minds develop protective mechanisms. These mechanisms, though initially helpful, can turn into barriers when they prevent growth or healing. For example, someone who has experienced failure may develop a fear of trying new things to avoid the risk of failing again. Over time, this avoidance becomes a pattern that limits opportunities for success. Self-sabotage is often driven by a conflict between conscious desires and subconscious beliefs. While a person might consciously aim for success, their subconscious mind might hold beliefs like, "I'm not good enough," or "I don't deserve happiness." These conflicting messages create resistance, leading to actions that undermine goals. Recognizing this internal conflict is the first step in breaking free from its grip. There is a focus on how societal and cultural influences can contribute to self-sabotage. Growing up in environments that emphasize perfectionism or rigid expectations can instill a fear of failure. This fear, in turn, leads to procrastination or avoidance. People internalize the idea that mistakes define their worth, causing them to shy away from opportunities where they might not excel immediately. Another important aspect is the role of comfort zones. The mind seeks what is predictable, even if it is not fulfilling. This is why people often repeat unhealthy patterns. They feel safer in familiarity than they do in the uncertainty of change. Breaking out of a comfort zone requires conscious effort and the willingness to endure temporary discomfort for long-term growth. Lastly, self-sabotage is often fueled by a lack of clarity about one's true desires and goals. When individuals pursue paths that do not align with their authentic selves, resistance arises. This resistance manifests as procrastination, overthinking, or abandoning projects altogether. Gaining clarity about personal values and what truly matters helps align actions with intentions, reducing the likelihood of self-sabotaging behaviors. Understanding these origins offers a roadmap for transformation. By identifying the underlying causes, people can begin to replace self-sabotaging patterns with healthier, more constructive ones, creating a foundation for lasting growth and fulfillment. Chapter 3: Rebuilding Emotional Regulation. Emotional regulation is one of the most critical skills for personal growth and breaking free from self-defeating patterns. It involves understanding emotions, processing them effectively, and responding to them in a way that aligns with long-term goals. The process begins with recognizing that emotions are not enemies but signals. They provide valuable insights about what is happening internally and externally. Learning to interpret these signals without judgment is the first step toward emotional stability. To regulate emotions, it is essential to build awareness. This means being mindful of how emotions manifest physically and mentally. For example, Noticing a racing heart, clenched fists, or restless thoughts can be indicators of emotional responses. Paying attention to these cues helps create a moment of pause, allowing the space to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. One of the key practices is identifying the root cause of emotions rather than focusing solely on the surface-level feelings. Often, what we experience as anger, frustration, or sadness has deeper origins, such as fear, insecurity, or unmet needs. By asking reflective questions like, "What triggered this emotion?" or "What need is going unmet?" it becomes possible to address emotions at their core instead of suppressing or avoiding them. Mindfulness plays a significant role in emotional regulation. Setting aside time daily to focus on the present moment helps to develop a stronger connection to one's inner state. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, or simply observing thoughts without attaching to them can significantly reduce emotional overwhelm. These techniques anchor the mind, creating clarity and a sense of calm even in challenging situations. Another vital aspect of emotional regulation is learning how to sit with discomfort. Avoidance of uncomfortable emotions often leads to unhealthy coping mechanisms, such as overeating, procrastination, or blaming others. Instead, allowing oneself to feel emotions fully without acting on them right away builds emotional resilience. This practice teaches that emotions, no matter how intense, are temporary and manageable. Journaling is an effective tool for processing emotions. Writing down thoughts and feelings provides a safe space to explore emotions in depth. It also helps to track patterns, identify triggers, and understand recurring emotional states over time. By revisiting these entries, it becomes easier to spot progress and develop healthier ways to cope. Communication is another key skill for emotional regulation. Expressing feelings constructively and openly with trusted individuals reduces emotional burdens and prevents misunderstandings. Using I statements such as "I feel overwhelmed because," instead of blaming language, fosters better connections and understanding in relationships. Finally, self-compassion is essential for emotional regulation. Acknowledging emotions without harsh self-criticism creates a nurturing environment for healing and growth. It involves treating oneself with the same kindness and patience one would offer a friend. This mindset shifts the focus from perfection to progress, encouraging a healthier relationship with emotions. Regulating emotions requires consistent effort and practice, but it is a skill that transforms the way challenges are approached. By understanding and managing emotions effectively, it becomes possible to navigate life with greater clarity, confidence, and purpose, fostering deeper connections and achieving personal goals with intention. Chapter 4: The Psychology of Self-Mastery. Self-mastery begins with understanding the intricate workings of the mind and how it influences behavior. It requires a shift from unconscious reactions to intentional actions, grounded in clarity and purpose. To achieve this, it is essential to recognize that many habits and patterns are a product of emotional conditioning rather than rational thought. By observing these patterns, individuals can start breaking free from automatic responses and make choices aligned with their long-term goals. The process starts with developing self-awareness. This involves consistently checking in with oneself to identify thoughts, emotions, and reactions as they arise. Self-awareness is not about judgment but observation. When individuals become attuned to their inner workings, they can detect when fear, doubt, or insecurity is influencing their decisions. Recognizing these emotions early prevents them from dictating behavior, enabling conscious and informed responses instead. A critical component of self-mastery is learning to reframe challenges. Problems and setbacks are often seen as barriers, but they are opportunities to grow and adapt. Reframing involves shifting the perspective on difficulties, seeing them as lessons or stepping stones. This mindset fosters resilience, as it turns adversity into a chance for self-improvement. The ability to reframe requires practice, but over time, it becomes a natural way to navigate life's uncertainties. Another essential aspect is the cultivation of emotional intelligence. This involves managing emotions in a way that supports progress rather than hinders it. Emotional intelligence includes understanding one's emotional triggers, practicing patience, and developing empathy for others. By mastering emotions, individuals can prevent them from overwhelming their decision-making process and maintain clarity during challenging situations. Self-discipline also plays a pivotal role in self-mastery. It is the ability to act in alignment with one's values and goals, even when it is difficult. Discipline is not about suppressing desires but redirecting them toward meaningful pursuits. For example, the desire for instant gratification can be redirected toward the satisfaction of long-term achievements. This requires consistently reminding oneself of the bigger picture and staying committed to the path, regardless of temporary discomfort. The importance of aligning actions with core values is emphasized. When people act out of alignment with what they truly believe, they experience internal conflict, leading to dissatisfaction and self-sabotage. To prevent this, individuals must identify their fundamental values and use them as a compass for decision-making. This ensures that their actions are authentic and contribute to a sense of fulfillment. Lastly, fostering a sense of personal accountability is necessary. This means taking full responsibility for actions, decisions, and outcomes without blaming external circumstances or other people. Accountability empowers individuals to recognize their agency in shaping their lives. While external factors may influence situations, the response to those factors is entirely within one's control. By embracing this truth, individuals regain a sense of power and ownership over their journey. The key to self-mastery lies in consistent practice. It is not about perfection but about persistence and the willingness to learn from mistakes. Each step towards self-awareness, emotional regulation, and intentional action strengthens the foundation for personal growth. Over time, these practices transform self-sabotaging tendencies into habits of self-empowerment, enabling individuals to lead a more purposeful and fulfilling life. Chapter 5. Transforming Pain into Power. Pain is an inevitable part of life, but it holds the potential to transform lives in profound ways. When faced with pain, the first step is to understand that it is not an enemy but a messenger. Pain often points to areas that require growth, healing, or change. By acknowledging it instead of avoiding it, one begins the journey of transformation. Pain is not meant to be suppressed or ignored but to be listened to. It reveals underlying issues and unmet needs, serving as a guide to self-discovery. One of the most powerful ways to transform pain is to embrace it fully. This involves sitting with the discomfort, allowing it to be felt and understood, rather than rushing to numb it. In the stillness of feeling, clarity often emerges. What initially seems unbearable can reveal hidden truths about one's life, priorities, and choices. Pain highlights what is no longer working, acting as a catalyst for change. Reframing the experience is another vital lesson. Instead of seeing pain as a punishment or a setback, it can be viewed as a form of preparation or a lesson. Challenges often shape resilience and character, laying the groundwork for future successes. Every painful experience holds within it the seeds of growth, and by shifting perspective, one can begin to see opportunities within difficulties. Taking actionable steps is essential to moving through pain. While reflection and understanding are crucial, transformation also requires effort. Pain often pushes people toward new paths, but it is up to the individual to take the first step. This could mean learning new skills, seeking therapy, ending toxic relationships, or redefining personal boundaries. Whatever the situation, movement creates momentum, and small actions compound over time to create significant changes. Forgiveness plays a pivotal role in turning pain into power. Holding on to resentment or anger binds people to their past and perpetuates suffering. Forgiveness is not about condoning harm, but about releasing its hold on one's life. It is an act of self-liberation that frees emotional energy for more productive pursuits. Forgiveness allows space for healing and growth to flourish. Another important aspect is building trust in one's ability to endure and overcome. Pain often brings doubts and fears to the surface, challenging self-belief. By surviving difficult moments and recognizing their inherent strength, individuals can develop a deep sense of confidence. This belief in oneself becomes a foundation for future challenges, reinforcing the idea that pain is temporary and surmountable. Finally, pain teaches the importance of alignment. It often arises when there is a gap between one's current reality and inner desires or values. Listening to what pain is signaling can lead to necessary adjustments, whether in relationships, careers, or personal habits. This process of realignment ensures that actions and choices are more in tune with authentic aspirations, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. The lessons show that pain is not just something to endure, but an opportunity to evolve. It has the power to break old patterns, instill strength, and guide toward a life of greater clarity and purpose. By understanding and working with it, one can turn even the most difficult experiences into a source of profound empowerment. Chapter 7. Taking Radical Responsibility. Taking radical responsibility involves a transformative shift in how one approaches life and personal challenges. It starts with the understanding that individuals have the power to influence their own experiences. This realization serves as a foundation for growth and change. Rather than blaming external circumstances or other people for their problems, individuals are encouraged to recognize their role in creating their own situations. This awareness empowers them to take charge of their lives. The journey begins with self-reflection. Individuals must honestly assess their current circumstances and identify the choices that have led them there. This means looking at both the positive and negative aspects of their lives without evasion or denial. By acknowledging personal contributions to their situations, they can start to break free from the cycle of blame. This approach fosters accountability, where each person understands that they are the primary agents in their own lives. Next comes the concept of self-empowerment. When individuals take responsibility for their choices, they reclaim their power. This empowerment allows them to make conscious decisions that align with their true values and goals. Instead of feeling like victims of circumstances, they learn to see themselves as active participants in shaping their destinies. This mindset shift is crucial in overcoming challenges and achieving personal growth. It is also essential to let go of the habit of making excuses. Recognizing that excuses often serve as a barrier to progress is an important step in taking radical responsibility. People must confront their fears and insecurities instead of hiding behind justifications for their inaction. By facing these fears head-on, they can dismantle the barriers that hold them back and make space for positive change. Additionally, The process emphasizes the importance of learning from mistakes. Instead of viewing failures as setbacks, they should be seen as valuable lessons. This perspective encourages individuals to analyze what went wrong and to develop strategies to avoid repeating those mistakes in the future. Embracing failure as part of the learning journey fosters resilience and enhances problem-solving skills. Developing a proactive mindset is another critical lesson. This involves taking initiative rather than waiting for things to happen. By anticipating challenges and being prepared to face them, individuals can create opportunities for themselves. This proactive approach fosters a sense of agency, as it reinforces the belief that one can influence outcomes through determined action. Another important aspect of taking radical responsibility is embracing change. Life is filled with uncertainties, and being open to change allows individuals to adapt and thrive in varying circumstances. Learning to welcome change rather than resist it can lead to new experiences and growth. Individuals who embrace change often find that it opens doors to opportunities they had not previously considered. Building supportive relationships is also essential. Surrounding oneself with people who encourage personal growth and accountability can make a significant difference. These relationships provide encouragement and constructive feedback, which can help individuals stay on track in their journey of self-improvement. Ultimately, taking radical responsibility is about cultivating a sense of ownership over one's life. This ownership enables individuals to break free from limiting beliefs and patterns of behavior that hinder their progress. By actively engaging in the process of self-discovery and accountability, they can transform their lives into a fulfilling and empowered journey. In doing so, they not only enhance their personal well-being but also inspire those around them to take control of their own lives. Chapter 8. Embracing change and letting go. Change is an inevitable part of life, and learning to embrace it is essential for growth. Acknowledging the need to let go of the past is the first step toward a brighter future. When faced with change, many people cling to what is familiar, even if it no longer serves them. This attachment can stem from fear of the unknown, but it is important to realize that holding on often hinders progress. Recognizing this dynamic allows individuals to understand that change is not something to fear, but rather an opportunity for renewal and discovery. The process of letting go begins with awareness, being mindful of what needs to be released. Whether it is a toxic relationship, outdated beliefs, or unproductive habits, creates space for new experiences and growth. Awareness is the foundation for transformation, as it encourages individuals to reflect on their current situation and evaluate what no longer aligns with their true selves. This self-examination reveals patterns that may have gone unnoticed, allowing for a clearer understanding of personal desires and goals. Next, acceptance plays a crucial role in embracing change. Accepting that life is dynamic and that circumstances will shift enables individuals to move forward with confidence. This acceptance does not mean resigning oneself to the status quo. Rather, it involves recognizing that change can lead to positive outcomes. It is essential to understand that resistance to change often creates unnecessary stress and anxiety. By shifting the mindset from resistance to acceptance, one opens the door to new possibilities and experiences. Another important lesson is the power of letting go. This involves releasing attachments to the past, whether they are emotions, experiences, or people. Letting go can be a gradual process, often requiring patience and self-compassion. It is crucial to approach this process gently, allowing oneself the time to mourn what is being left behind. Acknowledging the importance of the past while understanding that it does not define the future is vital for personal growth. This balance allows individuals to honor their journey without becoming trapped in it. Taking action is also a significant step in embracing change. Once awareness and acceptance are achieved, individuals can begin to create a plan for moving forward. This might involve setting new goals, pursuing new opportunities, or establishing healthier habits. Action empowers individuals to take control of their lives and actively participate in their transformation. Small, intentional steps can lead to significant changes over time, making the process feel more manageable and less daunting. Finally, cultivating resilience is crucial in navigating change. Life will inevitably present challenges and setbacks, but resilience allows individuals to bounce back and continue moving forward. Building resilience involves developing coping strategies, maintaining a positive outlook, and seeking support when needed. By nurturing resilience, individuals can face change with confidence, knowing that they have the inner strength to overcome obstacles. Embracing change and letting go is a continuous journey that requires commitment and self-reflection. The lessons learned along the way pave the path for personal growth and transformation. By fostering awareness, acceptance, and resilience, individuals can unlock their potential and create a life that aligns with their true selves. Change, rather than being feared, becomes a powerful ally in the pursuit of a fulfilling and meaningful life. Chapter 9. Building a New Life. Building a new life begins with the understanding that change is not just a possibility but a necessity for growth. To embark on this journey, it is essential to set clear goals. These goals act as a compass, guiding decisions and actions toward a desired future. Instead of vague wishes, having specific and measurable objectives allows for a more focused approach to personal development. It is about visualizing what success looks like and defining the steps needed to achieve it. Creating supportive habits is crucial in this process. Habits shape daily routines and ultimately determine long-term success. Therefore, it is important to evaluate existing habits and identify which ones contribute positively to progress and which ones hinder it. By replacing unproductive habits with positive ones, individuals can create an environment that supports their goals. This might include developing a morning routine that sets a productive tone for the day or dedicating time to learning new skills relevant to their aspirations. Another essential lesson is the power of consistency. Change doesn't happen overnight. It requires persistent effort. Even small, daily actions can lead to significant transformations over time. Therefore, it is vital to remain committed to the new habits and goals, even when motivation wanes. Embracing the journey as a gradual process helps to cultivate patience and resilience. Additionally, cultivating a positive mindset plays a significant role in building a new life. A positive mindset helps individuals face challenges with optimism rather than fear. It encourages a focus on possibilities instead of limitations. Practicing gratitude and celebrating small victories can reinforce this mindset, making it easier to navigate obstacles that arise along the way. Moreover, seeking support from others can enhance the journey of building a new life. Sharing goals with friends or joining groups that align with personal ambitions fosters a sense of community. This connection can provide motivation, encouragement, and accountability. Being around like-minded individuals can inspire personal growth and facilitate the sharing of valuable insights and experiences. As new habits take root and goals are pursued, it is important to regularly assess progress. Reflection on what is working and what is not can provide clarity and direction. This process of evaluation allows for adjustments and refinements to be made, ensuring that efforts remain aligned with the desired outcomes. It is through this continuous feedback loop that individuals can remain agile in their pursuit of a new life. Letting go of past limiting beliefs is another vital lesson in this transformative process. Often, negative thoughts and self-doubt can hold individuals back from pursuing their true potential. By challenging these beliefs and replacing them with affirmations of self-worth and capability, one can open up to new possibilities. This mental shift is critical for embracing the journey ahead. Ultimately, building a new life is about taking proactive steps toward becoming the person one aspires to be. It involves a commitment to self-improvement, a willingness to adapt, and an openness to change. By establishing clear goals, nurturing supportive habits, maintaining consistency, fostering a positive mindset, seeking community support, and letting go of limiting beliefs, individuals can pave the way toward a fulfilling and empowered existence. The journey may be challenging, but with each step forward, the vision of a new life becomes increasingly attainable. Chapter 10. The Future is You. In the final chapter of the book, readers are encouraged to embrace the future as a canvas for their personal growth. It emphasizes that each person has the power to shape their own destiny. The key lesson is that the path to a fulfilling life begins with self-awareness and intentionality. It is important to recognize that the only limits to what one can achieve come from within. By confronting and understanding their fears, individuals can learn to navigate challenges instead of avoiding them. Creating a vision for the future is vital. This involves imagining what a meaningful life looks like and setting clear, achievable goals that align with that vision. It's about making choices that reflect one's true desires rather than societal expectations or past conditioning. Readers are taught to take time to define their own version of success and happiness, ensuring that their aspirations are authentic and personal. The importance of taking action cannot be overstated. While dreaming and planning are essential, they must be paired with consistent effort. Readers are reminded that small, deliberate actions taken every day can lead to significant progress over time. It's not about making drastic changes all at once. Rather, it's about committing to a journey of growth. Emphasizing that perfection is not the goal, it is highlighted that it is okay to stumble along the way. What matters is the commitment to continue moving forward, learning from each experience. Accountability plays a crucial role in this process. Individuals are encouraged to take radical responsibility for their lives. This means recognizing that they are the ones who hold the power to change their circumstances. By owning their decisions and their consequences, they can reclaim control over their lives. This lesson underscores the importance of not blaming external factors for one's situation. Instead, it promotes a mindset that focuses on personal agency. As individuals work towards their goals, they must also cultivate resilience. The future will inevitably present challenges, but being prepared to face them with a positive attitude is essential. Resilience involves learning to adapt and bounce back from setbacks, understanding that failures are part of the journey. Readers are encouraged to view obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning rather than as insurmountable barriers. Connection with others is another vital lesson. Building supportive relationships and surrounding oneself with people who uplift and inspire can greatly impact one's journey. It is important to engage with communities that share similar goals and values. These connections can provide encouragement, motivation, and perspective during difficult times. Finally, there is a strong focus on the importance of self-compassion. Treating oneself with kindness during moments of struggle or failure fosters a healthier mindset. Individuals are reminded that growth is a process, and it is crucial to be patient and forgiving with oneself along the way. This practice of self-compassion helps maintain motivation and clarity as one navigates the path ahead. In conclusion, the journey towards self-mastery is ongoing. Embracing the future requires a commitment to self-discovery, taking action, and cultivating resilience. By focusing on personal accountability, fostering connections, and practicing self-compassion, individuals can turn their aspirations into reality, shaping a future that reflects their true selves. This final message serves as an empowering reminder that the power to create change lies within each person, and the future truly is theirs to define.